Oh, hi there.
Hi, Christian.
Laura and I are just running lines. You want to care to join us?
Yes, please. I'd love to
Come on in.
chat a little bit before rehearsal tonight. Hey, Laurel.
Hi.
So, thought I'd ask you both a few questions, starting with, what is your hometown?
Originally born in San Diego, California, raised in Tacoma, Washington.
I didn't know you were born in San Diego. Yeah, that's really cool. I am from Westcliff, Colorado. I was born in Virginia, but I claim my hometown as that. And I live in San Diego.
We should talk after this.
We should have. Didn't even know that.
Running lines and we don't know anything about each other. It's fine.
Who was your favorite teacher at any age?
Ooh, definitely Judy Harrington, my elementary school music teacher. She was also she's the reason that I'm singing today. Got me into the Tacoma Youth Chorus as a kid and wrote my recommendation for college. And she's just everything. I love you, Judy.
Mine was my first voice teacher. His name is Craig Johnson. He is in San Diego at Point Loma Nazarene University, which is where I did my undergrad studies. And he was just like an amazing vocal technician, but also just like an amazing person. Super easy to talk to. We would like get burritos after, lessons frequently and stuff. He was just like one
As
of those
you do in California.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
Like,
just
one
thinking
of
it's
those,
a very San Diego
mentor sort of people. So yeah, definitely.
What was your first paying job?
Probably babysitting, but then my first real job, I worked in a hospice pharmacy.
Ooh.
That's a real bummer.
Let's see. My first singing paid job was in the San Diego Opera Chorus in undergrad. My first actual paid job, I think I waited tables in some random restaurant in Colorado and just tried to make money that way.
What is the best thing about being a performer?
I would say that you're constantly meeting new people and traveling to different places. And because you're in those places for so long, you really get an idea of what it's like to live in those places too, which I think is so unique to this job. But it's really just the people.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. Just the nature of traveling, but also traveling for 4 to 6 weeks at a time. You get a really good taste for a place. And then just the nature of being in a cast together, you work so closely, you're really close with this tight group of people for this 4 to 6 weeks. And then you go off and hopefully do it again with another completely different group of people. So it's just, it's like a big traveling family, and you just kind of all get back together at some point. Totally. It's really fun.
What's the most challenging thing about being a performer?
The travel.
So the exact
Those same things.
Exactly. No, it's what's so wonderful about it and also so difficult. We sacrifice so much for this career. I've missed so many weddings and other major life events. So it can be really challenging, but the reward outweighs the challenge.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, family, missing family events or just not, being able to go to someone's graduation or something like that is really tough sometimes. But again, it's worth it. It feels terrible to say that. But it's really fun.
Don't tell this to our families.
Yeah, just hope they don't watch this, huh? What was your first major role?
Ooh, first major role was Carmen.
It's a major one. My first major one was Tom Rakewell in Rake's Progress. Yeah.
And what advice would you give yourself now about that role?
Trust your instincts, don't fight them, and breathe. Just breathe.
Breathing's really good, yeah. That particular role is kind of crazy as far as the English is concerned. And so I would probably tell myself to read up on your poetry in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a good rule of thumb for most opera roles. But for that one particularly, it's really, the text is so important and so kind of dense that, I wish I had done more of that the first time.
Okay. What's the best compliment you have ever received?
Ooh, I think I was told that talking with me made them feel very at home, like they felt at peace, which I think is really just like a lovely, lovely thing to hear.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
In regards to singing, I would say the best compliment someone's ever given me is that they didn't recognize me on stage. I kind of, I guess, fell into the character so far that it was sort of unrecognizably me, which I kind of love. I kind of think that's really cool. I think,
That's an acting feat.
Yeah.
Triumph.
Yeah, for sure.
If you had to choose a different career, what would it be?
I think it would be either like a chef or a food blogger or something that has to do with food and cooking. I would also love to be some sort of like a food critic, just so that I could go to all these different restaurants and talk about food, but definitely something food related.
We really do need to talk some more.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Laurel. It's only been
We're really
weeks,
close. No, I love food too. But actually, so I went to school wanting to be a marine biologist, wanting to train dolphins. So I think that would be like the thing that I would probably go back to.
Such a San Diego
It
boy.
really is San Diego.
What is your dream role, even if it's not one that is your voice type?
For my voice type, Charlotte. Not my voice type, Iago in Otello. It is the most epic baritone role, and he's so evil, and I love it so much. It's awesome.
That's so hard. I mean, Rake's Progress is like my favorite opera of all time, so I'm gonna still stick with that one. I know it's sort of like I've already talked about it already, but I love it.
But you want to sing Baba the Turk this time?
But Baba the Turk, for sure. Let's see, not in my FOC, I would say probably Carmen. It's just too good, It's just too much fun.
How do you relax?
Ooh, yoga, definitely. I also, my fiance will tell you I have so many candles. I love to light a candle. So yeah, yoga, candles, all those kinds of things.
For me, cooking, definitely. I like travel with my knives. I have like my ice cream maker. I have my Vitamix. I have my pans and pots. And so it's like the thing that I get to do when I'm like super stressed is just like go home and cook a really nice meal.
You travel with an ice cream maker?
I travel with an ice cream maker. Yeah, most people...
Not here.
Yeah, I've got it here.
So
where was the invitation, Ben?
I've been too lazy, honestly.
That's fair.
No, So I my car is like stocked full of just gadgetry, just kitchen gadgetry. And I like to sail too. So if I, am in a place where I can sort of rent a sailboat, I'll do that.
Okay. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh, that's a tie between Casablanca and When Harry Met Sally. Sure.
Elf. For
I
sure.
love that movie.
It's just so funny.
What are you reading right now?
Ooh, I just started Ruthless by Ron Miscavige, who is the father of David Miscavige, the current leader of the Scientology church. And I watched I love these documentaries and in-depth analyses into the Church of Scientology. I find it so fascinating. And so it's written by his dad, and it's pretty crazy so far.
I'm reading The Overstory by Richard Powers. It's like it won the Pulitzer Prize a couple years ago. It's about like the way that trees talk to each other and sort of a novel based around that. It's a really beautifully written book.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you currently binge watching?
Ooh, Cheer Season 2 on Netflix. It's all about cheerleaders at this little junior college in Texas, and it's awesome.
What have I been watching? So you caught me in between some shows. I just finished Schmigadoon on Apple TV. So fun. I binged that one for sure, and I binged it so hard that it's gone. It's done.
What is your favorite song to blast in the car?
Ooh, any 90s or 2000s hip hop.
Dolly Parton, Jolene.
Yes, that's a good one.
For
Love
sure,
Dolly
without
Parton.
a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
Are you going to make her cake mixes?
I certainly will now.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
What do you like to drink before you perform?
Lots of water. I also get these little electrolyte tablets from Whole Foods called Noon, and those are really good for hydration, or like coconut water.
Yeah, pretty stable water, stable diet of water. I just like went to Forage in town and got one of their kombuchas. I really like that. It's pretty tasty. So, but generally it's water. Yeah.
And what about after?
Ooh. A Manhattan up, or anything with tequila.
A very, very, very dirty martini. Like way more olive juice than alcohol.
Okay. What would people be surprised to know about you?
I'm actually pretty introverted, and after a big social gathering, it takes me quite a long time to recover and recoup. I really like my downtime and my alone time.
My family had Clydesdale horses when I was in high school.
That's so cool.
So it's like a random, I don't know, it's stupid. It's like a random thing. But
Do they still have them?
No, they've since moved. One of them died sadly before we moved, and then the other my mom donated to like a therapy program in town, and so the horse lives in like a horse therapy for
That's
for
wonderful.
disabled people. Yeah, it's really cool.
Okay, final question since you have rehearsal in 10 minutes. What is the best advice you have ever received?
Ooh, my dad growing up always used to say, no good happens after midnight. And I feel that really got me out of a lot of trouble. I still got into some trouble, but that one really helped keep me out of a lot of trouble.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. I have a friend of mine who always says the way you do something is the way that you do anything. And I kind of like that.
That's great.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time. I will leave you to finish lines and get to rehearsal.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. See you on the other side.
Alrighty. All right. Bye. Enjoy the show.